One of the most generous people I know is my 13-year-old son. If we walk by a street performer or just a beggar on the street, he insists that we have to leave some money. If someone comes to the door fundraising for whatever cause, he is always ready to contribute. He's still upset with us for not giving money to the Canadian Guide Dogs for the Blind Association when they came to our door asking for contributions, and we didn't give anything for a variety of reasons. Another time, he gave the people who clean our house a very generous tip and wrote them a note saying, "Please take X amount. I insist. Don't worry, I'm not saving for anything. Please split evenly." When I told my son that we already pay them, that it is not customary to give tips in those situations, he gave me a big speech on generosity and how would you like to be working so hard and not earn enough money, etc., etc. At school, he shares everything to the point that he runs out of his school supplies very early on in the year, and we have to get him some more. Or, if one of his friends didn't bring his lunch, you can count on him to share. Now, if his friends had lunch but are still hungry, as is common in a 13-year-old, he will give you some of his food. And I could go on and on with so many examples of his generosity. You see, it just seems to come out of him so naturally. He gives freely and doesn't really expect anything in return. Jesus said to his disciples, "Freely you have received, freely give." Jesus wasn't necessarily talking about tangible gifts only, but he wanted us to know that you can't make a profit with the gifts that you receive from him. They are free, so give back freely. The gifts of God are not to be purchased with money. They are yours for the taking. And what God expects in return is that you share his gifts with others. God wants to bless us so that we can bless others through everything he does and gives us. We have freely received the love of God in our lives. There's absolutely nothing we've done to merit it. Therefore, the least we can do is share that love and bless others. Again, Jesus said to his disciples in John 13, verse 35, "By this, everyone will know that you are my disciples, if you love one another." Now, who doesn't like a freebie? In North America, it's a common practice for companies to give out free things with the hopes it can spark potential business, or as a way to attract your support. And that is called a freebie. They give out something, and they expect something in return. In a way, that's how God works too, giving out salvation freely and expecting our response and acceptance in return. And with that, we come to the end of our nugget. I'll see you tomorrow.